Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, it's not like official membership, but
Yeah.
I'm in line with AIM Kansas.
Yeah.
I'm an abolitionist, so
Okay. I just wondered.
yeah.
That's cool because I just like I had to research on that page. I learned like earlier this year about all that, and it's pretty interesting. So like, what is the greater goal? Is to shut down places like this?
Um, Ultimately, the goal is to gain equal rights for all humans, no matter where they're at, and whether they're in the womb or they're outside, or whether they're early development or old. All humans deserve equal protection, and so that's what we're seeking.
Equal protection. Okay, that's. So what about the people that are you're pregnant? I mean, does the pregnant person deserve their rights for protection as well? I mean,
We're not seeking to infringe upon any pregnant person's rights.
but yet, you know, doing this, that is an infringement.
An infringement on people to keep them from murdering their children?
Well, it's not, they're not outside the womb, they're in the womb, and they gotta, if you can't take care of a child outside the womb, and if you can't even birth it, some people can't. They got medical issues. There's no way they could carry. And for victims of rape, I mean, that's horrible to have to carry somebody who has sexually assaulted you and your
Yeah,
child.
well, I believe in the death penalty for rape, for people who commit rape. But I don't believe that the child did anything wrong that deserves death because of that. Do you believe that the sins of the father should be visited on the children?
I don't put it like that. I
I know
think,
you don't, but that's what I'm trying to be logical about it. That's what
well,
logically it is.
so am I. I
Okay.
mean, come from a person, I have been raped, okay?
I'm sorry.
I've had that happen more than I care to talk about.
Okay.
Anyhow, I've had to have an abortion because of a rape. I've gotten pregnant because of that. I wasn't about to go through a pregnancy with somebody who has raped and taken that sacred from me. Okay? And I understand that I'm not blaming the kid, but at the same time, I'm not going to birth a child that wasn't something I wanted then.
Hmm.
And what kind of life would the child have if they knew that they were came from rape? I mean, it's just that's a real tough thing sometimes to talk about.
I don't think that they would rather be dead than to be the product of rape. I know people that are product of rape, and they are very happy to be alive. They're glad their
Well,
mother did not choose to kill them.
fair enough, but you shouldn't blame people for having the choice either. If somebody wants to go and have a child, they should be able to, but if they don't want to have a kid, they shouldn't be forced to. That to me, when you're telling somebody and you're making them feel bad for going to get an abortion, that's wrong.
Hmm.
They know what's going on. They're not stupid. They know when they go and they're ending a life. That's not what they're dwelling on. They're trying to figure out how they're going to live the rest of their lives.
Okay, so you admit that abortion is murder.
You're going to take out embryonic cells.
But is it a human?
What defines when human?
Genetic code has 46 chromosomes, looks just
Well,
like yours.
okay. I mean, I get that, the DNA. I'm talking about when is the defiance. I think once it's out of the womb, yeah, that's a different story.
Okay, so at 9 months and 29 days, it's not a human,
Well, I didn't say it
or eight
wasn't a
months and 29
human.
days.
I didn't say it wasn't a human. Quit twisting my words, Trey. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And I don't appreciate you twisting words
I,
with
I,
me.
I, Shannon, I have no interest in twisting your words. I just try to understand your perspective and reason it through because I could be wrong.
Well, I would hope that you would understand when somebody, everybody's focusing on this fetus in here, and I understand. You want to protect life, and I understand that. But you're not really protecting the person who's carrying life. You're treating them like they're like livestock, Like, oh, you're going to give birth whether you like it or not. And
Well, do you think a mother should be able to kill her child outside the womb?
I don't think so. Not outside the womb. No, that is
Okay, but aren't you
murder.
treating them like a piece of cattle if they are not allowed to kill their child outside the womb?
No, that's the laws that protect people outside. I don't see how that's
Okay, but shouldn't we change the laws because we don't want to infringe upon a mother's right? If she can't afford that child, why should she be forced to have that baby? So she should have a right, say, let's say 2 years, for first 2 years, that a woman should have the right to take the life of her baby after it's born.
Not outside the womb.
Why?
Because it's different.
Why?
When you give birth.
Location creates humanity?
No, and this isn't trying to talk about humanity. Again, this
Well,
is
what is
about
it? What is a baby?
A lot of times the baby, when they abort, are not that far along. They're not 9 months along when
Okay.
they abort.
Sure.
Most of the time they're like maybe a few weeks.
First
maybe
trimester.
6, yeah,
But the vast majority are first trimester.
So, yeah, with that being said, why are we taking it there to outside and killing them? At first trimester, they're just basically a group of
So you agree that a
cells
third trimester baby is a baby and should have rights?
it's a baby, yes, but I think the choice is still the person carrying it. The person who's carrying the baby.
So the baby has no rights?
You know, it's up to the person carrying it. Is the person carrying it? It all depends on them.
So the baby becomes a baby when it's wanted.
This is why you try to twist it around, baby.
Shannon, I'm not trying to twist it around. I'm trying to be logical.
But it's always turning around to this. I'm trying to be logical too. Why do you say that it's so wrong for a woman to decide what happens to her body?
Because I don't think people should be allowed to kill other humans out of convenience.
You think it's a convenience to go in there and get an abortion?
Yes.
No,
18
it's not.
years of responsibility is a big responsibility, Shannon.
It's not a fucking convenience to make a decision to get an abortion.
If it's a problem, then why is it a problem?
I can tell you a lot of reasons why it's a problem. Like I keep bringing it up, rape, and you're just treating it like it's not a big deal. But
What
yet
did I
you
say
think-
rapists should do? What did she do to rapists?
Yeah, but then we should make the baby, because the baby fault, so we have to just bear the baby.
Yeah, because it's another life, just like you.
It doesn't mean that we should carry that baby. How about incest?
You don't kill somebody because of the sin of their parent.
No, so yeah, baby's a product of incest, and the person's just supposed to. I don't even get that. That's just like, no, it's wrong.
You should kill people that are products of inconvenient circumstances.
No, you should be able to control what happens to your freaking body.
Is the baby the mother?
The mother is in charge.
But is the baby the mother, Shannon?
Is the baby the mother?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Is the baby the mother?
It is of the mother.
The mother made it, but is it the mother?
It is of the mother until it exits.
So it's not the mother.
It is of the mother.
It is of the mother, and it's of the father as well.
Okay, I hate to put it like this, but it's like a damn. Okay, what about parasites?
Is a parasite a human?
No, but they still.
Okay, can you kill bugs? Is that moral?
Well, is it moral? You're defining, so it's still a living thing.
It is
You're
alive, but
standing
it's not a
on-
human. Humans are special. They're made in God's image, therefore they have a right to life.
And according to your beliefs, that's what it is, but it's still.
Well, you're
still
using
a-
my view. You're saying people have rights, don't you, Shannon?
Everybody has rights.
And where do those rights come from?
Those rights come from people making choices.
Okay, but we are intrinsically valuable. Why is that?
We're valuable. Well, we're all animals here.
So we don't have any rights.
We have rights that we make. We make rights. We decide on those rights. I mean, they're voted in a lot
Okay,
of
but
times.
Shannon, those rights are based upon the idea that our lives matter. Does your life matter?
Yeah, lives matter.
Okay, why?
Because my life's just as meaningful as anybody else's.
Well, all of our lives are special because we're made in the image of God. That's where human rights came from.
I don't believe in the God thing, man. That's not
Okay, then how do you justify the value of existence without a God?
Because, like, life happens. Like, it started here on this planet. It evolves. Evolution.
So it's meaningless.
It's not meaningless. It all serves purpose.
What is the purpose then?
We reproduce and we evolve. It's just constant.
And what is the goal of our existence? That's what purpose is. What's our telos, the Greek word?
Okay, so what all animals do? I mean, they populate.
Are humans different than animals?
I mean, we are so basically, I discovered that we're mostly related to monkeys, right? So we're just in a very evolved monkey.
Well, that's what the Darwinian synthesis says, but it commits the post hoc ergo propter hoc fallacy, which says after this, because of this. It's common substance means common source. Just because we are related, we look similar to apes, therefore we came from apes. That's never been observed. That's not science. That's philosophy.
The DNA. I mean, if you done the consider the DNA.
So what?
It's very close.
I think we share like 60% of the DNA with a flower. I mean, it's like,
Well, even
so
more
what?
Even more so with the orangutan.
Yeah, have we ever observed evolution on a macro level?
You know, I have
Beyond
to
family.
look at that because
We haven't. It's never been observed. They've been trying to, since the 60s, they've been trying to evolve fruit flies because they only have a life of about 40 minutes, I think, and they haven't been able to do it.
okay. Well, I have to look on that because I understand you research, but still, we're talking about the evolution happens.
It does. It's adaptation certainly does happen, and species change, but it's only on a small level. It's not on a major level. And evolution has no purpose to it. So if you want to say there's purpose to life, you can't appeal
But
to
it is
evolution.
purposeful because evolution. So people they develop certain skill sets because of their certain physical things due to their
Sure.
environmental
Yep.
changes. I mean, eventually, so if we go back and consider that everything started in the water and worked its way up to land animals, I mean, eventually that was that adaptation. You could even have been observed that some amphibians. Okay,
No, it's not been observed.
consider axolotls. They are very unique. They have a genetic mutation. They don't even go past the stage of a juvenile. They stay that way their whole adult lives in the water because they're a fire salamander. I have one. They're really cool, and they regenerate. Even some parts of their heart cells will regenerate.
Hmm.
Fascinating creatures, and
Yep.
they adapted like that. And only found in one lake in Mexico. Really neat creatures. And so if we're talking about like you're trying to life is life. I can understand that. Okay,
Hmm.
I respect that, but I also respect that people should be, have a choice in their bodily autonomy. What happens? I understand about looking after children's rights. Okay.
Morning, ma'am.
I'm sorry, you understand what?
You might be the person here to kill the children this morning.
Oh,
If
that's
so, I
Valley.
want you to know you don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to
Okay.
lie.
Sorry, Valley's just started. Valley's got to get going. I think that's his name.
That's
Valley.
Max.
Max. Okay, Max. Who's Valley?
Valley's got a beard. He's a tall guy.
Thank you for correcting me. I'm getting to learn the names.
Mind your own business. Turn back.
Mind your own
If you need help
business.
finding your way out,
I just have curiosities this morning, so I'm taking a different approach.
Well, I appreciate you talking, Shannon.